3,
to Silver.
2,
7 seconds.
1.
Roll track, Silver.
We are back.
Stay tuned for Red Wings hockey presented
I do
by
not. No.
Bell Time.
We start, almost the night before after the game ends, if they did play the night before. But you're always thinking about what's going to make a show better. What fans are going to want to hear from Ken and Mickey and the rest of our announcers. So you're always thinking about making the broadcast interesting. So it's not just watching a hockey game, it's being entertained, it's learning something. That's what goes into it. So we start pretty much when the previous game ends. Basically, if it is a normal game at Joe Louis Arena, 7:30 start, the crew starts showing up 1:30. We load up footage. The graphics people start getting all their statistics together. The cameramen are setting up their gear. So it starts. We like to start things about 7 hours before game time even, and then we work throughout. We do take a break before the game starts, but guys are showing up at 1 o'clock, and we're leaving, as the players leave at around 11:30 midnight at times. So there is a lot of time that goes on behind the scenes. People just think, you show up at 5 o'clock for a 7:30 game and flip a couple switches and you're on the air. It's nothing like that. We're here at 1 o'clock, even earlier, putting everything together.
Meach doesn't shoot, gives to Bertuzzi. Down low to Meach. He spots Stewart to the middle, the shot, save!
Unlike radio where you're sort of calling the game just on your own and you can sort of speak when you want, when you're working in television, you're working with a producer, you're working with the director, you need the shots to back you up. So it truly is a team effort, and I think this broadcast is a pretty good team effort.
Thank you. See, and they look after, I have my wardrobe people. Wardrobe's leaving now. The tie is straight. We're good to go. Reflector board. This is so I look better. I don't know if that's going to help, but apparently it does. I don't know, right? It just reflects the light off. Is that correct? This one you get really hot. This is for May and June. Brian Stone, number 32 out there for Edmonton. Just back after missing 19 games with knee surgery.
I've got notes on 750 players in the National Hockey League. I'll copy and paste them, move them to other teams. July 1st is always a busy time for me with free agents moving, and I'll update their numbers from the previous year. Maybe there's stories that aren't statistics or anything, just stories about that player that I'll put into individual cards. So it just makes my work easier on game day. I'll still go through the internet and pick out pertinent stories to that day, but I know I've got stories from that player's career.
Scartini, 6'3", 228 pounds. Quick shot! Surrey, and that was stopped by Howard. You don't want to give him any room, do you?
He's off balance, too.
I'll talk storylines with Ken, Mickey, and Larry Murphy, and the rest of our crew, and talk about, try and figure out what's important for that game.
I think it's always nice to bring people a little bit closer to the players, so if you can have those stories that will help bring the players out a little bit more so that people get to know them better. I think those are the stories we try to reach, whether it be in statistical form for a trend that's developing or just to get to know that player.
In our production facility here, we have 15 to 20 people working behind the scenes, whether that's a tape person queuing up replays, the audio guys giving you the great sounds from the rink, the graphics people doing all the statistics, even as little as what seems like the Fox box where you see the score and time in the game. That's a person sitting in front of a computer that has to pay attention to everything during the game. So yeah, there is a lot going on behind the scenes, and everybody takes pride in what they're doing, especially with Red Wing hockey.